Before we begin today, I want to start with something I'm calling a joy spark. A joy spark is a moment that created a smile, a burst of laughter, a time when you didn't take yourself too seriously or simply just enjoyed being alive. It could be something funny, something unexpected, something light. So wherever you are, driving, walking, sitting quietly, I invite you to think of one recent joy spark. Joy spark. What made you smile? Take a breath and hold that moment for just a second. Because joy doesn't always have to be deep or profound. Sometimes it's playful, sometimes it's laughter. Sometimes it's simply letting yourself be human. And today, we're choosing to notice it. I'm going to ask our special guest today if you have a joy spark, Janita.
I do, Kelly, and I have many actually. But the one that I'm going to share today was Remembrance Day 2021, November
Okay.
11, 2021. I was in New York, in Connecticut, actually, at a client event. And the 10th anniversary event, my client had flown everyone over for this event. They had a band playing, and I wrote a song and a poem and surprised them and performed that. And I'm telling you, it was epic. I
What?
was so glad that it was captured because these are my clients. They had never seen me in this light. And they were just,
They
they
were
were,
like, what is happening?
what is that? That's exactly what they were just like, what just happened? And so it's the reactions, hearing that on the video, remembering that, just the fun. I had rewritten Ain't No Stopping Us Now
Okay.
client for our 10th anniversary because we're just phenomenal. I had written this poem that I recited first, and they were just like amazed. I was in shock as well, right? And so they had this phenomenal band, Rhythm Collective, and here
Okay.
I am, Janita Burke, backed by Rhythm Collective, out here doing Ain't
Wow.
No Stopping Us Now, handed out the lyrics to everyone. Everyone joined in, and it is definitely a joy moment for sure. Need some joy.
Yeah, I love that. I love the surprise. I love the creativity. I love the part of the story where folks are shocked. Like, that is definitely a joy spark. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing that with us. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Held with Joy. Held with Joy is a sacred and practical space where psychological well being, emotional health, and spiritual health meet. The space where we talk about gentle practices that help us live with intention, especially in challenging seasons. I'm your host, Kelly Holder, and my heart behind this podcast is simple: to remind you that joy is always available, even when life feels heavy. And sometimes it shows up in a spark, like we just talked about. Today, I'm honored to welcome Janita Burke. Janita is a singer, songwriter, and the visionary behind the empowHERed movement, a powerful initiative dedicated to empowering, uplifting, and positively impacting women. Through her music and leadership, she blends artistry with advocacy, using her voice not only to perform, but to inspire healing, courage, and connection. Janita, welcome to Held with
Thank you
Joy.
so much for having me. And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're listening to your listeners. It's so wonderful to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. We're just going to jump into the conversation.
Come on, let's do it.
Your journey, Janita, your journey into music has been dynamic and inspiring. What was the moment you first realized that music wasn't just something that you loved, but something that you wanted to pursue and something that you wanted to use as a tool to bring joy and healing to other people's lives?
So, Kelly, I've always loved music. I'm a
Yeah.
worshiper. I'm a dancer. I do dance ministry in church. But certainly in 2020 is when I started to hear music. And when I say hear music, new music, music I've never heard before. And so that was really that was really amazing. And then when I shared the music and I understood the impact of it,
Yeah.
um, that was really a shift for me. And certainly one of my good girlfriends that I shared my music with, I got this gift in 2020, February 2020, and one of my good sisters I would share the music with, she was, Janita, you really have a gift. And Kelly, I got a song for her that I wrote in first person. She took ill that year and she
Okay.
passed away that year. But the song that I wrote for her carried her through. It brought her hope.
Wow.
It enabled her to heal a 5 year relationship, and it was so impactful that her family asked for it to be sung at her homegoing, and it was actually then the first song that went public. And so that
Wow.
was really that sort of revelation moment that God, you have given me this music for something more.
Yeah. It's powerful to see a gift and something that you love impact others so deeply. It can be really humbling to have that experience.
It is very, very humbling. It was, I mean, that was her anthem, and she loved and she lived, she forgave. And even though a time of sickness, she said, this has been my best year ever.
Wow. That's an impact. And a powerful emotional impact as well. Which leads me to my next question about how the music that you make intersects with your passion about mental health and well being. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, I'm a bit of an empath, Patty. Uh,
Okay.
and so and so I have the ability, the sensitivity, the love and care to walk alongside people who are um, dealing with mental illness,
Okay.
mental health crises. I got this gift during COVID,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I was looking back at some of the songs that I wrote. I wrote a song called Enough. And it says, I need a hug. I want your touch. Come and send your love. Because remember, this was a time where we couldn't hug.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
imagine people whose love language is physical touch.
Right. Yeah.
They were going through a period of isolation and feeling unloved because their love language couldn't be expressed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I had a friend who was really feeling low, and I wrote this song and I sent it to her called You Matter, reminding her that she matters. I had an incident with someone, and I wrote this song called Start Again. And so, these songs were, really coming forth because I recognize the importance of our mental well-being.
Yeah.
And so in 2024, in particular, I was really moved, connected with our mental health, facility here, and I said I really would love to help. And I wrote this song called "Somebody Help Me," and I'm still figuring out how that song is going to go forth. But one of the things was I want to encourage people to speak up and say, "I need," and I want
Mm.
those of us who are listening to hear
Yeah. Yeah.
and to say, yes, I hear you and I'm here to help you. I would love to walk alongside you. So and music is that vessel that can go and touch you in that quiet space,
Yeah. Yep.
and you can really take on the words and the meaning, and then say, yes, I need to respond. So it's really been something that's quite important. And even in its raw form, even when I didn't have it produced, I was able to send it. I was able to send my voice notes and be a blessing.
Yeah. You mentioned so many things that I think are powerful. clearly as my role as a psychologist and mental health provider, and I feel passionately about all those things. But one of the things I really want to highlight is, the need for folks to have safe spaces to raise their hand and say, I need help.
Yeah.
And not only that, but for there to be enough voices that people can listen and respond with care and concern. And so music does have a way of reaching us that other things cannot. And so if anything can aid us in getting to that place where we can hear more from others in terms of saying, you know what, I can see your suffering, I hear you asking for help, and I can respond, or even being encouraged to ask for help. I think music can aid us in doing that.
Definitely, 1,000%.
Doing that. I have to just say this, since we're talking about it, is that at any given moment, all of us are both helpers and seekers of help.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is a need for everyone to identify how they can support someone else, but also recognize when you need to ask for help. And I think it's true for all of us. Sometimes people get segmented into the helper group and the people who need help group. But the truth is that we're all part of both groups at any given time.
At any given time. And even in your helping, you yourself are helped. It's this
Yes.
this give to gain that is the International Women's Day theme, right? This give to gain. But when you help someone, you learn. When you testify and you share, you learn.
Right.
And so you yourself get help and recognize areas sometimes of your own deficiency in helping others. And so it's quite important.
Yeah, very important. Okay, I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about the empowHERed movement.
Yeah.
Right? Which is focused on uplifting women. How did that movement begin for you? And what does empowerment look like in an everyday, regular or life?
So December 31st, 2024, I'm walking out the door, going to meet my girlfriends for a dinner, kind of running. I'm trying to be on time, making some changes as I'm crossing over. I pick up my bag that says rare on it. Just have a little purse that says rare. And Holy Spirit starts to download a song to me.
Okay.
I stop, get my phone out. And it came with a mandate to tell my daughters that they are rare, uncommon. And so I got the verse. I had to make sure I got a bit of it, and then I said, Holy Spirit, I'm making time.
I got some place to be.
But I went to dinner. I came back and finished the song, and I had my marching orders from the Lord. And Kelly, the songs of empowerment just came. The opportunities to collaborate with my sisters who were also on this empowerment path came. Songs that I had written previously to empower. This was the year 2025 of release, and so the empowHERed movement. So POWHER.
Okay.
empowHERed.
Yes.
Like the empowHERed. Focusing, and he said my daughters, which meant those who have accepted him as Lord and Savior, right? Those of us who should know. But he was saying that we were under pressure. We were this whole, and again, this coming out of COVID, Callie, we really haven't recognized how it really has done a number on some of us. And so he wanted me to remind us that we're rare, uncommon, and unique, that it was our time to thrive, to bloom, to be different. These were the themes that were coming out, this acceptance of knowing who we are and whose we are, and getting excited about that and taking our authority back, and so I'm excited about sharing the stories, sharing how to have peace under pressure.
Yes.
And so he's given me this mandate, and he's given me the messages for music. And he said, go out and share these messages with the world. And so I've just been so honored to collaborate with two sisters who have written a book, now a
Wow.
third one this year, having songs that amplify the books, amplify messages, because it's important. And
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's so much beauty here. I'm wondering for
Mhm.
anyone who is listening who might be navigating a creative career, they might feel isolated, they might feel a little overwhelmed as they navigate and try to figure things out. What are what's a small nugget that they can take with them from this conversation as they navigate forward?
One of the things that, Callie, when I looked at this, I want to focus on be different.
Okay.
You're talking about being creative and navigating a career. Um, the Lord shared with me. Sometimes people say, "Do you have to be so happy? Do you have to be so this? Do you have to be so this?" And the
Yeah.
Lord explained to me. He says, "That's me amplified in you."
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to be so positive? Yes, my Father is positive. Do
Yeah.
you have to smile so much? Yes. And the thing is, we're made in his image and in his likeness.
Yeah.
And so once I got that, I do not shrink back. I have embraced this, everything that God has given me, and I go full 100%. And so I
Yeah.
want to say to that person, that creative, that this is how God made you. This is
Mm-hmm.
this is him amplified in you. It's interesting, Kelly. I mean, you and I, there's some similarities, but there's a lot of differences. Yet
Yeah.
you and I are both made in the image and likeness of God.
Yeah.
And and the expression of you is God amplified in you. The expression of me is God amplified in me.
Mm-hmm.
That different thing. And so I want to encourage, especially the creatives, is that God is a creative God. He
Yeah.
created this world by speaking. I was telling a photographer the other day, I said, don't give up. I said, you capture time,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
capture time with your lens, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
moment of time. And I had to encourage her to stay the course. Sometimes people, we have this hierarchy of sins, and we have a hierarchy sometimes of professions, doctors, lawyers, and songwriters and creatives sometimes don't come in, but creatives are so important. Music is so important.
Yes.
Art is so important. Books
Yes.
are so important.
Yes.
They're there, and sometimes they're things that we take for granted. But I want to encourage you, creative, to keep on keeping on. I have
Yeah.
left a I have left a career of law, Caddy, to
Yeah.
become a singer-songwriter producer. And I am God's scribe. And it's such an honor. I don't think there's any higher or better job than to be his scribe, to hear the melodies from heaven,
Yeah.
and to be able to capture those and share those with others. So I want to encourage you, creative, to keep on keeping on. You are right where you're supposed to be.
I love that. I love that message. And I love that you gave it to creatives. And I also want to just take a moment to expand for those who might not identify as creatives is that God has also expressing himself through you in whatever that might be, right?
1,000%.
Right?
1,000%. Exactly. He expressed it through me when I was a lawyer, right?
Yes. Right. Yeah.
And so I want to say that we serve an unlimited God, therefore we are unlimited. So
Yeah.
wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're called to do it with all of your might. And know that you have a tremendous opportunity to make a difference if you
Yeah.
stay the course.
Yeah. And there's something special that only you can do.
Only
So
you can do.
You know, we're
Thank
waiting
you
on
for
you.
keeping your way with your that, and you know
Yeah.
the rare reality has sunk in that there's no one on earth with spunk and who loves like me, accepting of my greatness in every area that needs improvement to be the best that I can be, resolute in my pursuit of purpose and my king, and enough. And in his, and even more than in his image, God made me. I am rare. You are rare. There's
Yeah.
no one else like you. No one else with your fingerprints. You are marked. We are
Yes.
marked. We're rare. And we have to own it and walk in it and embrace it and celebrate it.
That's right.
Hello.
That's right. Oh my goodness, this has been such a good conversation. Thank you so much for being here, taking the time to be here and share all this wisdom with us. I'm so
Thank you,
grateful.
Kelly. It's been a pleasure. I can't believe our time has gone so quickly.
I know it's gone really fast. The time goes fast. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Everyone, I just want you to know that in this conversation, we were reminded that joy is always available in every season, in every experience. It doesn't always come easily, and it doesn't always look how we expect. Sometimes joy is quiet, sometimes it's found in rest. It is always found in how God expresses Himself through us. It is there, and it is in you. And if today you're listening and you're having trouble reaching it, if it feels far away or buried underneath everything you're carrying, please remember this. You are seen, you are valued, you matter, and you are held with joy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And until next time, take gentle care of yourself. Bye now. Hey friends, I want to invite you to an amazing event. I am launching Joy University, and you have got to come to Joy Fest to experience it. This is for high-performing women of faith who want to move from feeling overwhelmed and burnout into having sustainable joy right now. If you think that's for you, show up, all right? If you think of a friend who could be with you for it, invite your friend, all right? The link is in the description box. Go to joyuniversity.co.co. I will see you there June 28th at 2 p.m. It's virtual. And even though it's virtual, y'all, we're going to connect and we're going to have a good time. joyuniversity.co.co. All right? Talk to you soon. See you at Joy Fest.